Hey folks, Chuck here. I don't really know why I'm making this video. I've been thinking about my youth the last couple of days, and this thought is just stuck in my mind, and I thought I'd share it with you. You know, when I was growing up, my mom came from Tennessee. We lived in Boston, but my mom came from Tennessee. From farm, Fairview, Tennessee. And every year for our summer vacation, until I was probably 12 years old, we would leave 2 or 3 days after school ended, and we would go down to Fairview, Tennessee, where her parents lived in a ramshackle farmhouse. They were poor. I would work the farm, have fun with my cousins, you know, stuff like that. And for about 2 out of the 6 weeks, we would go into Nashville, and I would stay at my great aunt's house, my great aunt Maggie. What a beautiful woman, wonderful woman. One of the kindest people I've ever met in my life. She actually lived until she was 102 years old, believe it or not. Now, out in the country, you know, and in Nashville at that time, I mean, we're talking about the late 50s, early 60s, there were no bathrooms. You know, in the country, there was an outhouse. But what was cool at my aunt's house is she had like a shed at the end of her property. It was like a house and then a yard and a shed. But she had a flush toilet. And I just thought, you know, while I was down in Tennessee, I just thought that was the coolest thing. Because I'd already been, you know, sensitized to going in an outhouse where I wouldn't even put my butt onto the seat for fear that flies would fly up my butt. So we're at my aunt's house. No bathroom, no bath or shower or anything like that. You know, for us kids, when it rained, that's when we went out and had our shower. If it didn't rain for a few days, we sponge bathed. But there was no bathtub, no shower, or anything like that. But I'm getting off the point here. Her bathroom, her you know, place for me to take a pee, was at the back of the yard. Well, half of the yard was fenced off, and she kept chickens. Now, this is in Nashville, you know, really close to downtown, but she kept chickens. And she had maybe, you know, 10, 11, 12 chickens, and a rooster. So, there's the backyard, then there's the chicken yard, chicken coop, and then there was the shed with the modern flush toilet. But to get to the modern flush toilet that was in the shed, you had to go through the chicken coop, and you would have to open up the gate, grab the stick, a stick, like so, because once you were 2 feet into the chicken yard, the rooster would come and attack you. And I mean attack. Now, so think about this. I'm 5 years old, 6 years old. And to go to the bathroom, I have to go through beating off with a stick a rooster just to get into the shed. And the rooster, as you're taking a pee or a poop, you know is standing outside the door waiting to attack you as soon as you open the door. So you got to have that stick ready. Now, this went on from, yeah, when I can remember, you know, 4 years old, 5 years old. You know, until I was maybe 9 or 10. Now, I don't know if you know this. If you don't use chickens for meat if you don't kill them or slaughter them. Chickens can live a long time, and my aunt had chickens for eggs, and she would give them to the neighbors and stuff like that. So this went on year after year. I loved going to my aunt's house, and I loved that there was a flush toilet, but I would hold it sometimes, would seem like for days, because I didn't want to deal with this rooster. I didn't want to open up that gate. I didn't want to take the stick, and I didn't want to hit him, just so I could take a pee. So this went on year after year, and like I said, when I was 9 or 10, I remember this like it was yesterday. I went there and I said something to my Aunt Maggie that I have to go pee now, and where's the rooster? And she goes, the rooster died. And I remember this like you said. I was like, what do you mean the rooster died? Well, he's dead, so you can just go to the bathroom. Easy. You can just, she didn't say the bathroom. You can go to the shed easily now. And I realized how much I loved that rooster. I started crying. I know there's a moral in the story. I'm trying to formulate it, but the fact of the matter is, peeing and pooping at my Aunt Maggie's house from that day on just was not as satisfying making it to that shed, making it out of the chicken coop. Again, I don't even know why I'm making this video, but nah, I'm thinking of old times. I'll talk to you guys later.